In the previous video, I have shown you the hidden gem in Malacca, the Baba Nyonya Heritage House. This video is going to be a bit casual. I'm going to tour you around the Heritage Hotel and also show you some streets of Malacca. Most importantly, the food in Malacca. And do you know there's Portuguese settlement in Malacca? And I'm also going to try the Portuguese food in Malacca. It is so good. So here we go. Start with the breakfast of the day. Hi everyone, I'm Ju. Welcome back to my channel. So today is a special video because I'm now currently at one of the oldest city in Malaysia, which is also under UNESCO, which is Malacca. And this is also the first time I stay in such a heritage hotel. So it will be very interesting to give you a short tour on the hotel that I stay in. It's a very beautiful Baba Nyonya heritage place. As you can see, all the decors there. So let's go. So the place that I'm at now is their dining area. As you can see, and outside there's more places for breakfast. But the breakfast is still okay. So here am I now in their lobby. It's a very heritage and all of it is kind of like well preserved. And even though they showcases some of the plates and tools from the Baba Nyonya culture. So you can see here this, all of this is so well crafted. And in the middle of the lobby, there's an air well so that the natural light can come in, and for ventilation purpose as well. It's a very smart design. So here is the place that they host their guests. It's very grand here. So as you can see in this hall, most likely the host will be sitting here and also gather the guests here. They will have some chit chats and also make some teas for them. So let's go to explore the next spot. So when you come out here, there's a garden. It's really beautiful here. I think, of course, it do some renovation, I believe, because they add in a kind of like water flowing. So they will have some, for those who would like to smoke, they can smoke here. Or else they could have some time enjoying in the garden with the kids. So it's really, really pretty here. And here comes the rooms of the hotel. They have this round shape of entrance. And coming out of the guest reception hall, there's a history room. They show us the history of Malacca from the Malacca Sultanates until the Portuguese rule, the Dutch rule, the British rule, the Japanese rule, and at the end, the independence of Malaysia. So here is the short history of the house. This is the house of Tan Kim Seng. So he's the owner of the house. Back then, can you see that? It's kind of like broken and not really well preserved, but then they refurbish it and make it a hotel. It's a totally different view from what we see currently. And I found a very cool thing. They also show how is the layout of the hotel that previously stayed by this Tan family, and the house was expanded in 1876 by his son. And originally, the compound is so huge that he has their own zoo with tiger and several deer. And they preserved the original water well as well, which is in front of me. So now this is the water well. It is still well preserved here, but they covered it with a very thick glass. And I believe that the wording here indicates what we say 饮水思源 in Chinese. So basically, the meaning of it is like we need to think of the source of the water when you drink it. So meaning that you need to be grateful for your ancestor, you need to contribute to understand what you get now is not so easy. So you would be grateful and repay to them. So now I'm going to show you a short room tour of the hotel room. So here's the toilet, nothing special, and with 2 single bed. So yeah, that's this short room tour of my room. And now we are going to have our lunch at this Jonker 88. If you're in Malacca, please try this, especially their laksa. Here comes my laksa kawin. So it is with rice noodles, some cucumbers, onions, eggs, and fried bean curd, and most importantly, the magical curry soup. Trust me, it won't disappoint you. But be prepared of the hot weather. Here am I after 10 minutes after the laksa. It is really hot. Here am I with my ice. Yeah, the chendol. But I ordered for the sea coconut flavor. It is so refreshing. It is not a really fancy shop, but full of many antiques. So have a try if you come to Malacca. And here we go to explore the streets of Malacca. So you can see this kind of old Chinese building everywhere in the old street in Malacca. It is all well preserved. You see, along the corridor, there's this little window. I can imagine how close is the neighborhood back then in the Malacca old street. So it's like when after dinner, you just came out from your house and chit chat here with your neighbors. But you can see how carefully am I walk. We are just having a short, not even a road, just a side lane of the main road. So here is a very historical, traditional Chinese temple, I guess. Oh, it's an association, ancient association. So we can hook it and have a look. So normally in the Chinese traditional building, there's lion on your left and lion on your right to, like protect the people live in the house. And normally there's this very high steps in front of the door. So this kind of association, I think, is all around Malaysia because of the early Chinese settler from China. And when they moved to Malaysia, they used to stay in a groups to help each other, like when they are from the same origin. That's why this is called Engchun. So that's the dialect of Engchun people. So they speak the same dialect. So actually, Engchun is located at Fujian province in China. And inside Fujian, there's this little area that's called Engchun, so called in Chinese Yongchun. And they moved to Malaysia. They create this common space, public space, normally to have some events, praying, or to have some celebration. Here they also put up the photos or the previous president here in this association. As you can see here, here is the building in 1975. Actually, it is really well preserved. Take a look on the column. How beautiful and detailed is it? Oh my goodness. So you can see the details here in the roof. Back in the days, they will ask the Chinese craftsmen to help them to build this traditional Chinese building in Malaysia. And normally they will open an opening big one at the middle of the building. It's like letting the sunlight come in and kind of like a bit feng shui things, I guess. So it's really beautiful. And the unique point is that, as you can see here, when you're opening a big opening on your rooftop, there's a sunken area here. So within this sunken area, according to feng shui, they will design it in a way that, you know, like to preserve all this water here. So it's like money coming in from this big opening or from the sky. And in the old street, there's a lot of this, the traditional baju kebaya from the Nyonya. So you can book the costume and take some photographs here. Hi everyone, I'm currently in the Portuguese settlement in Malacca. So actually there's a lot of Portuguese generation in Malacca, and let me tell you a little bit about their history. So the Portuguese conquered Malacca in 1511, and they ruled the city for 130 years, building important landmarks and also some church, and turning Malacca into a major Catholic and trading center. So some of the Portuguese stayed behind and intermarried with the local Malays, forming the so-called Kristang, Portuguese Euro-Asian community. So in 1933, the British established the modern Portuguese settlement, which is where I am now, so-called Kampung Portuguese, Portuguese settlement, where Christian culture, language, festivals, and cuisine continue to survive today. So later, I will bring you guys to try out the Portuguese cuisine that left in Malacca today. So here we go. As you can see, there's a lot of residential area here and stated here Portuguese settlement. It will be a big festival here during the Christmas. And here we have this Portuguese square. So inside this, there's a lot of restaurants, Portuguese restaurants here. You can see here, this is one of the restaurant Daily Spawn. And here stated that this is the descendants from the Portuguese. And they even hang the Portugal flag in their living space, I guess. So there's a lot of flags and even some Christmas costume. So there's the statue, and beside it there's a school, and here is the open space for them to having some events. And actually it is just next to the sea, and there's a lot of restaurants. And finally, I picked this Maureen's Corner to have a try. Guys, I'm currently at the Portuguese settlement for my dinner. So I have ordered asam pedas, which is sweet sour fish, and also the famous black pepper brinjal. I'm very curious about it because I never tried this before, and it seems not really look nice, I guess. And also with rice. Oh my god, it's really good. It's not that spicy. It's just a little bit spicy but more sour. I think this comes perfect with white rice. So now let's try the black pepper brinjal. Mm. Wow, it's good. It's like a bit salty, crunchy outside, Very, very soft inside. This is really good. Out of my expectation. So don't judge the book by its cover. So that's all for the video today, and let me know if you have other interested topic about Malaysia. See you in the next video. Bye!